Hey, this is James. Today I'm going to share with you 4 strategies to get through the dip and to turn your life and your business completely around. Now, in case you don't know who I am, I'm James Arthur Ray. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller, Harmonic Wealth, as well as my latest book, Life Unleashed Blueprint: How to Live Life on Your Own Terms, Harness Your Unique Genius, and Have Maximum Impact. Now, please put this in your notes if you're taking them, and if you're not taking them, I'd encourage you to do so. Seasons come and seasons go. You've heard that before, right? There's a season to sow and there's a season to reap, but they're not the same season. Now, you might be saying to me, James, I'm not in a dip right now. I'm at the peak. I'm not in the pit. I'm not even in a dip. Well, hang on, because seasons come and seasons go. Now, we try to fool ourselves into thinking that we're not going to ever experience the dip. But the fact is, look at Wall Street. Look at the real estate market. Look at your relationships. Look at anywhere in life, in your finances, in your investment portfolio, in your real estate portfolio, in your business, in your health. There's always dips because that's part of life. You know, life unfolds in a rhythmic dance. Tide flows in and tide flows out. And so when you accept this, and that's the first thing, when you accept that the dip is going to occur, then you can prepare yourself for it in advance. Now, please understand, I'm not talking about living in scarcity or paranoia. That does not serve you at all. Now, it's no secret that I spent 2 years in a dysfunctional vacation, also known as prison. Right? Now that was really horrific in many, many ways, but there were another side of the coin in which it was really, really beautiful. It was all perspective. Perspective. Because you see, every quarter has both a heads and a tails, and most of us only want the heads. We don't want any tails, but they always come in equal pairs. Quantum physics tells us that every positron, which has a positive charge, has a corresponding electron, which has a negative charge, and they always come in equal pairs. And so when you prepare yourself and you're wise enough to understand how this universe works, then you can handle it and you can thrive through the dip. You can even thrive through the pit, like I did. You know, I'm not going to tell you that I was happy going to prison, sitting in a 10 by 12 cell that smelled like piss and excrement. I'm honest. It did. It wasn't fun, but very quickly I got my head on, and I asked myself, how am I going to make this work for me? Now, one of the fundamental characteristics of ultimate performers, and I've studied the greatest achievers for 30 years of my life, is that they practice what I call utilization. They have the ability to utilize every single thing that life throws at them to their advantage. Do you? I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's preferable. But you must develop the characteristic, the quality of utilization. So I asked myself, how can I make this work for me? Okay, well, you know what? I have no responsibilities. I have no bills. I have no utilities. I have no rent. I've got nothing but time, both literally and figuratively. And I'm going to make it work for me. Where else in your life do you get to pause and invest 12 to 14 hours a day in reading great books, in contemplating life, on reflecting on your life, on envisioning where you're going to go, on looking at who you are and diving deep into your own psychology, your own psyche, your own qualities and characteristics, on asking yourself the tough questions about what works for me, what doesn't work for me, who do I want to be going forward. I took those 2 years and I turned them into a gift. It was a gift wrapped in pain, but it was a gift nonetheless. Now look, you're going to go through winters. The economy has winter. The real estate market has winter. Your relationship has winter. Your finances have winter. Now, let's look at what happens in nature. When winter comes, we don't freak out. It's just winter. It's a season. We cover the pool. We pull in the barbecue. We turn on the fireplace. We curl up with a good book. we do some more things indoors versus outdoors because we know that the spring is coming. You see, there's never been 2 winters in a row. Never. There's been some long winters, depending upon where you live. There's been some more harsh winters, depending upon where you live. And by the way, you do have a choice where you live. But there's never been 2 winters in a row. And what we know is that winter always, always is followed by spring. So what do we do in the winter? We prepare. We prepare. We look at nature. They sock away things for the winter. The bear pulls into its cave and hibernates and gets more rest in the winter. They get ready for spring. Do you follow the metaphor? Now look, there's 4 qualities. Once you get your head on, this is all I'm talking about here, is getting your head on. Because you see, you have been programmed in a low-level, socialized operating system that is pure fantasy. Let's be frank. That everything's just going to get better and better and better and better and grow and grow and grow and grow, and there's never going to be a dip, and there's never going to be a swing back, and there's never going to be an ebb. It's always going to be flow. Well, I would submit to you that things are going to get better and better and better, and sometimes they get better and better by getting worse and worse, because when you have the ability to utilize those things during the ebb, then you become stronger, faster, bigger, better, wiser, more compassionate, more open. You with me? You study. You build new skills. 4 qualities real quickly so I can keep this video tight, because I know the attention span is not very long in today's marketplace. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Number 1, you have to know your outcome. A true test of character is not perseverance and persistence when you see a light at the end of the tunnel. A true test of character is perseverance and persistence when you don't see the light. When I was sitting in a 10 by 12, I continually told myself I was on course. I continually told myself I was heading towards my vision. I was just going a different way than what I expected. And by the way, that's how it normally happens. You can get to your outcome if you have clarity of your outcome. You must absolutely know your outcome. If you don't know what the target is, the chances of you hitting the bullseye are nil. Know your outcome clearly, and then stay the course, stay the course, stay the course. Hold that vision. And you act. First thing, know your outcome. Number 2, act. Big, bold, immediate. You know, I learned a long time ago that I can act quickly and totally mess something up, analyze it, fix it, and act again before you can analyze it to perfection and do nothing. Do you know someone who gets caught in the paralysis of analysis? You know, when I do coaching every single week, one of the primary questions people ask me is how? How am I going to do that? How is the worst question you could be asking? You need to ask what and why. That's the outcome. What am I going after? What am I going to accomplish? Why is that important to me? Why does that inspire me? The how will unfold along the way, because the fact is nobody knew how until they did it. I built a $10 million business. I didn't know how to do that until I did it. Steve Jobs didn't know how to build Apple until he did it. Nobody ever knows how until it's done. Know your outcome. Act. Then analyze what worked, what didn't work. Tweak it, change it, adjust. That's the next one. Act again. You get that? Know your outcome clearly, specifically. If you don't know where your target is, you're not going to hit the bullseye. Act. 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 Don't analyze. Don't come up with an action plan and think about how perfect it is. I can't tell you how many entrepreneurs I coach every single week who are coming up with an action plan forever. No, act. The founder of LinkedIn stated, if your first product doesn't embarrass you, you've launched too late. I love that. Speed is king in today's marketplace. Act, then analyze what worked, what didn't work. How can I tweak it? Make the adjustments, adjust, and act again. Know your outcome. Act, analyze, adjust. Act, analyze, adjust. Act, analyze, adjust. There's always a way when you persevere and you're truly committed. You just continually adjust your approach, adjust your actions. Analyze what works and doesn't work, and keep moving forward. I hope I've given you some things to think about. I hope I've inspired you to get busy. Until we speak again, as always, stay awake, love life, and be epic.